and we're on our way out to Nan'aodao, which is a 4-star ecological reserve. So all the colorful buoys you see out there, those are mostly oysters. The island here is famous for these colorful fields of oyster farms. It's really pretty as you drive down the road. There's actually 5 stories of hot springs. This one is called the Amazon Pool. So we're gonna go to the top floor and work our way down. All right, so 5th floor. This is some kind of tower, watchtower. This mountain is for a park. We're probably gonna go explore, but then you have all these like terraced pools and spas everywhere. Really kind of cool. See the kid area down there. I always love coming to hot springs at night, just a different atmosphere. Entrance into this hot springs is about 88 RMB per person. That's not too bad. You know, that's what, $12, $13? If you're staying in the hotel, it's not included in the price. The room is pretty Spartan, but you know what? It's clean. They said that it's a smoking room. They clean the air, and I hate it when they do that. They call it ionizing the room, and it never works, ever. I can still smell it a little bit in here, but it's not so bad. I've had worse. It's very simple design. Again, we're just here to sleep and enjoy the hot springs. We're not going to be spending too much time in the room. The artwork is too small. I think they skimped on the money on the art, but other than that, everything else is pretty okay. I mean, the bed's actually really soft. That's what you get with an American brand. 2 waters, 2 small waters. Oh, they're not too bad. You see, Howard Johnson. Pretty standard affair in the bathroom. Nothing too fancy, but doable, usable. This lounger doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty comfortable. Have a nice evening, she said. Is that a doll? And we have a balcony, but no access to the balcony. Look at that. That's kind of a design fail, to be honest. I mean, if you have an area like this, why not have a nice little sitting area and a sliding door? You can even charge more money for it. That's a missed opportunity. Howard Johnson Hot Springs Hotel Chaoshan. I don't think anyone's ever opened this before. Here in Chaoshan, sometimes you got to come off of a little country road to a family-owned beef hot pot place. You find these little places online. People say they're really good, right? And they're in the most interesting places that you wouldn't expect to find them. I mean, this is literally off some country road. The bottles they have on display, they're empty, even the beer cans. So this breakfast is ridiculous. It came out like this, okay? And everything's in its own like little place. I mean, it looks okay, right? But everything is cold, and dry and stale, and I'm afraid to eat it. I mean, everything, even the egg is cold. I mean, how long has it been sitting out? It's really unfortunate. And so much for a quiet breakfast. I mean, they're like setting up for a banquet here while we try to eat. The workers are smoking in the restaurant next to us. So Howard Johnson back in the States is kind of like a motel. It's a roadside motel. So to stay in a Howard Johnson like that was different. I mean, that's probably the nicest Howard Johnson I've ever seen. But, you know, the breakfast situation was a little ridiculous. Right? We just have to laugh at it. We're actually going to go to try to find some Chaoshan morning tea. So it works out, you know. We didn't have to pay for the breakfast. And now we're going to go experience some local breakfast culture. So I think I'm quite happy with the results. The hot springs were great. Cost us about $70, $60 or $70 to stay there for the night. So a simple hotel, but quiet, and we slept really well. So traditional Chaoshan morning tea. It's very similar to Guangdong, of course, but at this one you actually just go up and you point at what you want and they give it to you. So you don't actually order it. A little simpler, I think. For all that food, cost $10. $10.
Including tea.
And included the tea, which was excellent tea, yeah. Love China. If you don't know, Chaoshan is actually 3 different cities. Chaozhou, Shantou and Zhejiang, and these three cities combine into the area known as Chaoshan. There's a lot of history going back thousands of years here. They even have their own language, Chaoshanhua, and the food is fantastic. Today we've come to the old town of Shantou, which is an area of the city that has recently gone through what appears to be some kind of renovations. A lot of the buildings here look very similar, like they've all been touched up, and in fact there are some areas that are still kind of under construction. There are a few businesses open. Many of the businesses have not moved back in yet, but you're starting to see this a lot in China. A lot of these older parts of towns, they're trying to maintain their historical significance, their historical culture, and their architecture. You know, this is a great example of that, but there's still some really, really great stuff. I mean, the architectural details in a lot of these buildings is fascinating. So even some modern touches, like a little fruit tea stand here. Ah, it looks like a new business opening up here. Moment, grand opening. Tea house. Okay. As part of the renovations, you can see here they've got new signage, new alleyway archways. Look at the details and the architecture of each of these buildings. It's beautiful. All the new wood framing. And these wooden doors, these are all brand new. I mean, all the wiring is brand new, which is cool. That's cool. It's nice just to go for a little walk down some of these alleys. These old neighborhoods definitely, you know, you have exterior wiring, of course, you know. But I'd hate to be an electrician. I mean, you get a call from somebody, hey, my power's out. Now you have to go find and troubleshoot where the power is. That's got to be quite a job. But in these old neighborhoods, you got all kinds of like little shops and storefronts. Down there, you can see that's like the newer part that's all been redone. But you go one block off, and it has nothing's been retouched. Some of the locals have said that redoing of some of the old town, it takes away the history, it takes away the flavor. It does feel a little bit inauthentic, I guess, with a redoing of an entire district like this. But again, if you go one block into the neighborhoods, you still have that old Shantou feel. This city is 400 or 500 years old, and you definitely feel the history if you're off the main block. If you're on the main block, it feels like a painted over kind of Disneyland of Old Town Shantou. Part of the city is still being renovated. When you walk under the eaves, you sometimes miss the building that you're walking under, and that happened to me. We came out and saw this beautiful building that we were walking under. We had no idea it was so ornate. Incredible. I mean, you can see the perfect contrast between the newer part right here, and then boom, the older part right there. You see that right there? It's like a door to nowhere. When you walk underneath these shaded promenades, and you get that cool sea breeze hitting you. It feels really good. Chaoshan is famous for its fruit. So everywhere you go, you have these little fruit stands, and they're really good. I'm addicted to these. Easy peach tea. Mona got the sweet potato latte. The Shantou International, founded in 1988, has a little less than 300 rooms. They also offer robot delivery services. So he's gonna head that way. That's the same one that we saw in Hangzhou. They gave us an upgrade to one of their suites. It's a junior suite, but a lovely suite. It's actually kind of big. It shows its age here and there, but man, I'm very impressed. Service at check-in was great. This is what the room looks like when you first walk in. Okay. Begin with the bathroom. A single sink. They are branded, kind of a mid-scale amenity kits. Great big tub with, you see this is 25 RMB, right? Everything in here is for sale. When you stay in namesake hotels, they often provide something like this, which is kind of a history of the town. Yes, iron and ironing board, very good. Super soft robes, oh my God. Now, one of the things they advertise in this hotel is a jacuzzi. And when they do that, 9 times out of 10, the jacuzzi is either not filled with water or it's cold. This one looks like a jet jacuzzi within the indoor pool. And I'm gonna go check it out as soon as I'm done with the room because I really want to sit in a jacuzzi tonight. Very nice sitting area. It's a pleasant smell. This is a non-smoking room on a non-smoking floor, and it really keeps that characteristic. I love the little dining area over here with all kinds of stuff. I mean, wow. Tourism map, books, things to do. We bought some fruit, but this tea here costs money. 35 RMB, 35, 32. Then you come over here. The drip coffee is 10 yuan, 18 yuan, 18 yuan. This giant one is 18 yuan. This big one here is 38 yuan. Okay? Everything has a price tag on it. I don't mind that they charge money for it. I just like that it's here and ready to go. TV on a swivel. So you can swivel the TV around from the living room to the bedroom. I like hotels that have this feature. This is very nice. Great little sitting lounger. The bed is super soft. Yes. I mean, that is really something special. It's one thing to have just one outlet here, and they know that that's not enough. So they provide you with one of these for 6 additional outlets. It's elegant. Take a look at the view, shall we? You get these 2 like triangle alcoves for the view. See, you can see that's another room there. And that right there, that is our bedroom. And this is the city of Shantou. There are 23 stories in this hotel in total, and we were on the 18th floor. This neighborhood, we actually went for a walk in this neighborhood over here, looking for some food, got some fruit. This guy's got a pretty good little foodie, snacky area. So that's the Shantou International Hotel. A great namesake hotel in the center, and about half the cost of the Sheraton right down the street. Complimentary waters in the elevator landing bay. Excellent. Even the lobby restrooms are really nice. A true lobby bar, complete with a lobby piano. Yes. Of course, any good namesake hotel always has a little bit of the history and the culture of the local town. Here's the indoor swimming pool. It's very, very nice. And up there, right about there, that is the jacuzzi, but it is not working. All the years I've been here, unless I go to a hot springs resort, the jacuzzi or the hot tub is never working. Yeah, Shantou is not a big town. I mean, it's rather small, Chinese standards. We're out in the middle of the dinner rush on a Saturday night. There's a lot of energy in this. So there's a very famous hot pot place called Baheli. It's a chain restaurant. And the very first one, the original one, is about a mile from the hotel. So we are going for a walk, and we're gonna go get some famous beef hot pot tonight. The biggest thousands I've ever seen. It's very popular. They actually have, this is A, and there's B, and then over here is C. So they have like different locations, and inside they're busy cutting up a storm. This place is famous for its mixing sauces. I've eaten here before. The one in Chaoshan. I'm very excited to be at the original one. This is a lot of fun. Oh my God, I am fat and happy. Now here's the trick. We have to walk back about a half an hour back to the hotel, and you have to walk by all the food stalls and all the snacks. Chaoshan is famous for its food, especially its street food, man. When you come here, you eat a lot. Snacks. For an added trip to this little walkabout of Shantou, we've stopped by in Shanwei on the way back. And we're gonna stay the night here. We're gonna go for a little walk, we're gonna eat some local food, and we got a great hotel, Clear Lake Hotel. And that's because Shanwei is situated on the ocean, but there's also a lake in the center of the city that is a very popular place for windsurfing and kite surfing. In fact, I can see the kite surfers from my window. They're a little far out there. Great soft bed, very nice working area. I love it. And look at this, is a great little lounge. Incredible view of the harbor and then the lake out there. These mountains here are full of like hiking trails and little villages and everything. Great places to explore. That's our hotel right there. And we've come for some local food at Oyster World. We're gonna have some local seafood. Oyster World. And after dinner, you go for a nice little walk down the promenade. The dancing aunties are now uniformed. I think it's wonderful. And it's a wonderful night to go for a walk after all that food.